Hello everybody, as Claire and I reflect on our past few years of international travel, we decided to put together a list of our favorite places you should visit this next year. Obviously, every trip that you go on really relies on a positive outlook that the trip is going to be a good one, so keep that in mind as you plan your next trip for 2024. So without further ado, here are the top 10 travel destinations that we recommend for you to visit in this next year. Number 10, we're going to be going to the country of Colombia, and we're going to visit the Cocoro Valley. So this valley is home to the world's tallest palm trees. It's actually insane to stand at the base of one and look all the way up just because it keeps on going. And as you're walking around, it's really a landscape unlike any other. So the reason that these special trees grow particularly tall is because for years they would have to compete for sunlight, and they would strive to capture more light than the trees around them, hence why they became so tall. And then just outside the Cocoro Valley lies the charming town of Salento. This town is renowned for its exhilarating Jeep excursions, delicious delights such as chicharrón or the breakfast plate called bandeja paisa, and if you're a coffee lover, this region is greatly known for their abundant coffee farms. I definitely recommend visiting the Cocoro Valley from June to September, which is typically known as the dry season, but obviously a bit of rain can also add to the ambiance of this enchanting place. Next up, for number 9, we're heading across the globe to the country of Egypt, but more specifically, the Nile River. So taking a boat ride along the Nile River was one of the most memorable experiences Claire and I have ever done. With many historic stops along the banks and the river itself being an important resource for the Egyptian and Nubian people, the Nile River is truly a wonder to behold. Gazing out at the quarries that were used to supply the stones for the pyramids of Giza, we were reminded of how much unfathomable history Egypt has to offer. For a better experience on the Nile River cruise, we recommend that you go from October to April just because it's going to be a lot more moderate temperatures and you'll be able to avoid those really hot summers. Number 8. Before we jump to number 8, I want to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, AG1. So over the past few years of travel, Claire and I have learned a thing or two about the importance of taking care of our physical and mental health. From the long travel days to the constant changes in our diet, travel is definitely not for the faint of heart. And that's where AG1 has been an amazing resource for our health. AG1 is a daily foundational nutrition supplement that supports whole body health. Basically, it's a green powder that you add to water that provides high quality daily nutrients and ingredients that encourage long-term foundational gut health. So I personally like to drink AG1 before going to sleep because every time that I do, I wake up feeling like I have a lot more energy and it's just a lot easier for me to get moving in the morning. But on the nights that I forget to take it, I'll take it in the morning, and what I like to do personally is add like a few drops of lemon juice to it, just because I find that I don't know, I just think it enhances the flavors. AG1 sources the best and highest quality ingredients. It is gluten-free, dairy-free, paleo, vegan, keto, and it has less than 1 gram of naturally occurring sugar. And I do find that when I take it in the morning and I'll have my coffee afterwards, I find that I don't even necessarily need that much coffee. Like I'll only drink a little bit and I'll be like, okay, I feel good because I already have like my mental clarity and focus. And I suppose that's coming from this. So if you're interested in trying AG1, head down to the link in our description box where you can get a free 1-year supply of D3K2, the dietary supplement that'll come with it, along with 5 free travel packs that you can bring on your next adventure, all with your first purchase. Thanks again to AG1 for supporting this channel, and now on to number 8. Just a jump across the Mediterranean Sea is the country of Turkey. Although this country is incredible in so many different ways, we just want to highlight the region of Cappadocia. This area is known for its incredible rock formations, which were created over millions of years by volcanic eruptions and erosion. These formations, known as fairy chimneys, are tall, cone-shaped spires that rise up from the ground and are dotted throughout the region. And one of the best ways to look at these fairy chimneys is without a doubt a hot air balloon ride. The pilots of these balloons are such professionals and are experts at weaving around the landscape. And for us, the sight of seeing that morning sun sculpting the countryside was just so magnificent to watch, because as you go up higher and higher, it's just constantly changing and evolving. And something else that I wasn't aware of before visiting Cappadocia was that it was home to a number of historic and cultural sites, including ancient churches and monasteries, that are all carved into the cliffs and hillsides, and some of them were even carved into the fairy chimneys themselves. But overall, the best times to visit Cappadocia are going to be from April to June or September to November for the nicer temperatures. That way it's not too cold and not too hot. Now for number 7, we are going to move farther east to the country of Thailand, but more specifically, we're going to focus on northern Thailand. So although this region has many areas to explore, a stop in northern Thailand isn't complete without exploring the night markets and historic old city of Chiang Mai. Here, there are so many delicious foods to try at a much lower price point than you'll find pretty much anywhere else in the world. We were able to get massive entrees for just about $1 and street eats for just a couple of cents. Also, just outside the city of Chiang Mai are countless nature resorts to stay at where you can bathe with elephants, soak up the natural landscape, and of course go on incredible wildlife tours. And if you are going to visit, just make sure you do your research on ethical elephant sanctuaries. Overall, from the friendly faces, the lush green landscape, and incredible food, northern Thailand is a place that you don't want to miss out on. Now on to number 6, we're going to hop to the country of Greece. Down in the southern part of the Aegean Sea is the Greek island of Crete. Known for its rich history, fresh food, and beautiful coastal towns, this island is packed with adventure and places to discover. This was one of the first places that Claire and I ever visited together all the way back in the spring of 2019. This was actually before we started our YouTube channel, and we knew that we were gonna have to go back. So we actually did, and both times that we went, we decided to rent a car in order to explore the island and stop at these small coastal towns, along with going on hikes to these remote beaches and just admiring the views from our car window. This island really did offer the perfect balance of adventure and relaxation, and I really can't wait to go back again. Some of the best times to visit are gonna be from April to October, with July and August being the warmest months to go. All right, we've made it to the halfway point in the video. We are on to number 5. Located in the country of France is the southern region of Provence, known for its lavender fields, charming hill towns, and local markets. From the fresh local ingredients such as olive oil, herbs, and seafood, to the coastal beaches and the serene landscape, this cultural wonder is one that I wish to go back to time and time again. Some of my many favorite memories include kayaking the Gorge du Verdon and exploring the ochre town of Roussillon, whereas Claire's favorite stop was Île-sur-le-Sorgue because it looked like a real-life Monet painting. So the best time to visit Provence is going to be from May to June in order to see the lavender fields, and then September to October for like that early autumn weather. And just like that, we're already on to number 4. And this time we're going to cross the Atlantic over to the biodiverse country of Peru. For this country, we're gonna focus on the Sacred Valley. Located in the Andean highlands, Peru's Sacred Valley is rich in archaeological marvels, delicious local food, and is the entryway to Machu Picchu, one of the most breathtaking world wonders. Just outside of the Sacred Valley is the city of Cusco, which was the former capital of the Inca Empire. Here you can take excursions to nearby sites like Rainbow Mountain or Umantay Lake, but just be prepared for the drastic change in altitude when you fly or trek into the city, because you'll definitely feel a bit out of breath when walking around. A few things that surprised me during our trip to Peru was that the cuisine was influenced by many Japanese and Chinese immigrants that came over in the mid-1800s. So if you're planning a trip to Peru, just make sure that you go during the dry season, which is going to be from May to September. Now on to number 3, which is located in the beautiful country of Finland. The area that we want to recommend is just inside of the Arctic Circle, and it's known as Lapland. This region is known for its abundance of reindeer, the occasional visit from Santa, and a spectacular display of northern lights. Lapland is truly a winter wonderland in every aspect of the word. And when we were there, we had a chance to go ice fishing, sledding, and we went on a magical reindeer ride with our balaclava. Oh, and not to mention, we ate so many incredible meals that included a lot of local ingredients. So if you are going to be visiting Lapland, we highly recommend going there in the winter, where you're going to get a chance to see the northern lights, and that's going to run from December to April. But we have also heard amazing things about visiting Lapland for midsummer or enjoying the fun foraging experience that happen in early autumn. Now, for our second to last stop, we are going to the country of Japan, but specifically the city of Kyoto. For over 1,000 years, Kyoto was known as the imperial capital of Japan, and today it's famous for its abundance of cultural landmarks, natural scenery, and exquisite food scene. What I loved about Kyoto was that it really did have it all. The city had some of the best food we had ever eaten, and around the outskirts of the valley were some of the most iconic places to visit in Japan, such as the swaying bamboo grove of Arashiyama and the red torii gates of the Fushi Inari Shrine. You can't go wrong with visiting Japan at any time of year, but the most popular times are the spring for the blooming of the cherry blossoms and the autumn for the changing colors of the fall foliage. And now on to the moment we have all been waiting for, the #1 recommendation for this next year. We are going to be heading to the beautiful country of Italy. But instead of going to the Colosseum or the wineries of the Tuscan region, we are recommending that you go to the Dolomites. Known for its stunning traditional mountain villages, jagged peaks, and alpine meadows, the Dolomites are renowned for skiing, hiking, and mountaineering, with each season bringing something special along with it. We chose to visit in late August, and the weather was absolutely perfect. Everywhere we looked, we saw breathtaking hosts of mountains, sparkling blue lakes, and sweeping valleys with the greenest grass in the world. Not to mention that the air was some of the best we had ever inhaled, and we dream of going back to the Dolomites time and time again. The best times to visit are from June to early September for hiking and outdoor activities, or from December to March in order to go skiing and enjoy those winter sports. Overall, each of these places have something extremely special to offer, and we wish you guys the best of luck on your future travels. And if you are interested in visiting any of these countries, check out the description box below where Claire and I have linked all of our previous travel videos to these countries, along with our travel guides that can help you plan your trip to some of these countries as well. Thanks again to AG1 for sponsoring today's video, and if you're interested in trying the product, click the link in our description in order to get that 1-year free supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 plus those 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. And as always, thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you guys next time.